Hello. Yes, good morning, everybody. I hope you're having a good morning. So last week we went around. We'll look at our charts today by first look at what we have for the week. We want to see what we expect to be happening in the next 5 days, and then let's see exactly what we're supposed to be expecting to be happening today. So this is EURUSD on my screen. Let me remove the numbers that were here. And this is what I can say. If you reduce this chart like this, we do have a line that runs all the way from the top up to this point here. So this is like a good resistance. It continued down, it came back as a resistance, it continued down, and it came back as a resistance to the same place. As it is now, this is still a sell. So if you look at this chart from last week, you actually ought to have taken a sell when this happened and the price came back to this level here. This was the correct place to look for a sell from. When the price pulled back up to the level which I've just drawn, this was the correct place to look for a sell from. If you're looking for a trade last week, you actually ought to have taken a sell when the price came back to this level. This was the ideal place where anyone could have taken a very good sell from. We had a resistance, there's a break above, there's a retracement, there's a bounce, a support, then there's a break below, and then we have a retracement back to the same place. So as it is now, this is the correct place to sell from. When this green candle came back but could not close beyond 1.1161, that was the correct place to look for a sell from. If you didn't sell it there, you are now late, but then there's another good place where you need to look for a sell from, and that's exactly what I'm going to point at now. We have a support here, we have a support here, a support which has been broken. So as it is now, the price is still above, below a very good level, 1.1103. This is a very good support. As long as the price remains below that level, that should give us a very good place to sell from. So if you look at this chart now, you're actually supposed to be looking for a sell, but wait for price to retrace up to this point, 1.1103. Wait for price to come back up to this point. Then you're supposed to pick a sell when the price gets there up to this level here, and then expect that sell to take price even much lower up to that point, so that if you sell it there, you expect a move like this, then a retracement, and then we continue lower. So we do have a sell here, we do have a sell, and we also have a sell here. Yeah, we have a sell, we'll have a sell, and we had a sell previously when the price was here. This is the correct place to actually look for a sell from. So we're going to move forward. Let's move to our next chart, and that should be GBP USD. Yeah, GBP USD so far should be going the same direction as Euro USD, and to tell that is true, we have a level here. So this looks good. It looks like we had a support here, the price broke below, it came back, but in the real sense, this is a very good level, correct? But then it's not as good as the level which I'm going to draw next. If you compare this level here with the one which you have below, you find that the one at the lower side is actually the best one. If you compare this one here and the one which you are having at the bottom, if you compare this zone and the one I had previously, you'll be able to see that this is the correct one. So we have a support, a resistance, a resistance, a resistance, and then there's a break. We have the first retracement, the second retracement. As we're speaking now, we are headed towards the third retracement. So if the price gets to this level, this is a good place to pick a buy from. This should give us the correct place to buy this pair from up to this resistance here. So we have a support, the entire place, a resistance, the entire place. We have a break, there's a first retracement, there's a continuation up, there's a second retracement, and we are now waiting for the third retracement to pick a buy up to this level here. So we'll move forward to the next side, USDJPY. This one, USDJPY, this is very much bullish. And the reason I'm saying that is because the price basically broke above a very significant resistance. We do have a level here. This is a resistance. And then we also have another one. Yeah. This is a resistance, a resistance, a resistance, and then there's a big break above. So what should happen is that the price should retrace back up to 109.71, 109.53, so that we are able to pick a buy when that happens. If the price gets to this level here, then we actually expect it to proceed much higher. If the price pulls back towards this level, then this will give us a good place to buy it from up to 112.07. So basically, we're waiting for a buy, we're waiting for a retracement, then we pick a buy up to 112.07. So we'll move forward to our next chart, SP500. This one also is very bullish. As you can see, the price continues to move much higher. If we added an indicator on this one, you'll be able to see exactly what I'm saying. Look at how perfect we've had several buys on this symbol. If I drag this here, we started buying it when this happened. When the price was here, we've actually been buying it all through. We've kept buying it all along. There's no time that we've seen a sell since October 2019. We've held on to the same buy position. We're still buying it until now. We check for us. There's also similar buys positions. And then if we check 1 hour, the same thing. So if you are trading this symbol, you're actually supposed to be in a very good buy. From January 13th, we've been in a buy all through. From December, we've had very good long positions. We've kept buying it and we're still buying it even now. If the price pulls back down, then that will just be retracement. But that does not mean that the trend is reversing to the losses. So you need to keep looking for buy positions. Wait for retracements, then you pick trades in the direction of the overall trend. The next symbol, gold. This is how gold is bullish. We have an active uptrend. We had a trend from this point. There was some downtrend here, and this, as we're speaking now, we are still somehow to the upper side. So if you look at this chart now, you actually are supposed to be looking for buy positions. Keep looking for buy orders. This is a level. Also have this as a level. So this is a resistance. Support, sorry. Support, there's a break above, we have a retracement. So we do expect price to continue much higher as long as the price remains above 1551.77, 1531.34. This is still bullish. So keep looking for more buy positions, keep looking for buy orders on this symbol. Anytime the price pulls back down up to this point, you are supposed to keep looking for buy order. The last symbol, Brent oil. Brent oil, where is it? Brent oil. So in the place of Brent oil, we can also look at WTI. They are the same thing. This is how Brent oil looks. So this was like we had some bullish trend here. The price was upwards, and then it spiked massively. This is like a bearish, like a dark cloud formation. The candle which you're seeing, this big red candle, this one, this is like a dark cloud formation. So the same thing happened here. This is much bigger, which means we are still down. So if you look at this chart, whatever you're seeing, the gap which you're seeing to the upper side is actually just a retracement, and that gap should not take price above this level, 65.96. The gap which you're looking at, 65, this gap here, the one which happened today from this point up to this point, this move is just the beginning of a retracement. So it should push price only up to 65.96, where we're supposed to pick a sell from up to this point. here, and then the next level is this one. So I'm trying to avoid this level. Say this is suppose I'm trying to avoid them because somehow they're just a supportive trend line. If you draw like this, it makes some sense. So if you have a line like this could mean you're heading upwards. But if you now take it from the dark cloud point of view, this one, this candle here, then we actually expect a sell when the price gets to 65.96. If the price pulls back up to this point, then this is the correct place to look for a sell from. So thank you very much. That should be the end of today's webinar. If you have any questions, kindly feel free to post them under the chat option. I'll be able to respond them individually after I see. So say thank you. See you.